Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, has revealed that she uses an unusual ingredient in her take on the classic recipe. According to a quip made at a recent event, the Cambridge children are said to be enthusiasts of the Duchess's baking. On Wednesday, the Duchess attended a tea party for broadcaster Giles Brandreth's Poetry Together initiative in London. The 74-year-old wife of Prince Charles joined school children and care home residents at the event. The scheme centers on the idea of bringing together young and old people through poetry. It encourages the link-up of schools and care homes, where representatives from each learn a poem off by heart, and come together to recite it. According to their website, founder Giles explains, "The project is a wonderful way to bring communities closer. We don't need science to explain how special it can be when people from two ends of the generational spectrum get together and have a chat over a cup of tea." At the event earlier this week, Camilla met two pupils from Broadwater Primary School in Tooting, South London, and two Chelsea pensioners. The groups came together to cut a pair of Victoria sponges, one made with the traditional layer of jam and cream and another which uses Nutella instead. The Duchess of Cornwall revealed that the latter ingredient makes her version of the classic cake such a hit with her grandchildren, including Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. The creation using chocolate spread was praised by Giles Brandreth, who jokes that the royal has changed the face of the Victoria sponge forever. She said, "If you don't mind, I think the children, going by my grandchildren, will like the Nutella." Camilla also has several grandchildren through her daughter and son, Laura Lopes and Tom Parker Bowles, from her first marriage. If the spread wasn't enough of a chocolate hit, Camilla also told students from Whitehill Primary School she enjoyed the cake with hot chocolate. She was introduced to students and care home residents attending the poetry recital and tea party by Giles. He described the royal as someone who really cares about words and language, nodding to her status as royal patron of the Royal Society of Literature, and her own book club launched during the pandemic. He said, "She is someone who really cares about words and language, the power of reading, the importance of reading for us to be able to communicate with one another, for us to live fuller and richer lives. She does everything she can to encourage people who can't yet read to find out how to read and to enjoy words and language." After her introduction, a series of poems were performed by the children and the care home residents, before everyone sat down together to enjoy tea and cake. In aid of the Poetry Together initiative, the Duchess revealed her own personal recipe back in September. The Victoria sponge cake recipe was suggested especially for the scheme's tea parties. Her recipe also suggested alternative fillings instead of the traditional jam layer, including Nutella and lemon curd.